Another thing is like if you see the shift, like from the investment part of view, why all this is happening in India? Like what is the difference which was not there before and which has come now? One of the thing is like integrated UPI systems. Like we have everything handy. Before if I look at my father's age, I have to take a pay slip and run to the NXE or BSC to actually buy something or sell something. But today I have it handy, in a click. I can deposit my funds, I can trade, I can withdraw my funds. Like it's all happening in a very faster way. So there is so much of differences which come in technology as well, like enabling lower cost of internet services in India, where all these trends have started from 2009. If you even see the Indian brokers, like we never had applications in hand before, but now there are like hundreds of brokers. Even you can see in the retail space around you, like participating in the expo. Like there are so many Indian brokers as well, who are offering things in your hands. Like they are like quick sell. So this is enabling people to take the risk. Like yes, I have an appetite to take the risk, and I should have the right tool to take the risk. So there is so much of technological advancement which has come in India, which has enabled all these things. So I feel this space will be growing more rapidly in India than in other markets around the world.
Thank you. So I think talk about how technology is being used in India. Yusuf talked about how geopolitical risk are impacting currency volatility. Coming to Terry, innovation keeps happening in the financial markets, right? So innovation in trading platforms are also accelerating. I have been seeing since last 2 days that how trading platforms are launching more features on this management side. What game-changing upgrades or features do you believe will transform retail trading experience going forward?
Thank you for the question. Hello, everyone. I'm a big believer in creating a ecosystem for the retail investor, having a core client portal where you can access AI-based signals, execution models, AI analytics, of course, things like relevant news that's relevant to your customizable training, and this should be able to. The innovation part of this is where you're able to log in and have everything housed under one roof, basically. So I think AI is changing this a huge amount. Obviously, the way we're moving forward at such speed, if traders and brokers don't keep up with that speed of technology, they're going to get left behind, because obviously AI can detect patterns before our eyes can even see it. And this is definitely going to help the retail traders. And as a second layer to that, I would say that education, again, in this innovative core that I always suggest our traders to log into daily, you've got your trading courses, you've got your education, you've got your ebooks, your audiobooks. Retail investors are at a huge surge coming into the financial markets now. Education is definitely the foundational layer. And once they've got through that educational section, then you start building on it with AI analytics and to keep yourself in the know-how all the time. And of course, the trend in markets, which is constantly evolving, global events, inflation. You need maybe machine learning for this, because we can't physically do it all ourselves. I think it's definitely time to, we call it a trading buddy, a trading AI buddy, that is sitting with you and helping you trade and being in these retail markets, helping the retail investors. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now coming back to Yusuf. Yusuf, we have seen, I also personally talked to a lot of traders in India. They enter FX markets by doing speculation, right? So when they enter FX market, purely speculation is the objective. Gradually they start losing money. And then again, they from educational program or from some influencers, they realize that there should be a strategy, right? So based on your experience, can you tell us that how trading through a strategy is more important than just doing a speculation that Euro USD will go up, I should buy and all that. Please.
That's a good point, but see, when we see the two parameters, the speculation or a strategy, there is a clear middle line bifurcating the both. So first of all, we need to understand why people are going for speculation. The reason behind this, people have limited source of income and less funds to invest, but their needs or their output requirement is very high. As a sales manager, I used to interact with many people. I used to set it that way. The most common thing is people are telling me, Yusuf, I need $500 a month. Okay, that's fine. But how much you are going to invest? Say, I have only 1,000. So you are talking a return of 50% in a month. Even point of it can produce this one. He is a billionaire. So we need to understand what input you are giving into the system and what output you are requiring from that system. So when you do the trading as a gambling, like limited funds, put up a big quantity, just getting the news, telegram message, WhatsApp, social media, this will go up, this will go down, it will never help. Luck by chance, if your destiny is good, you might make money in the trade. But that is not going to continue for a long. And eventually you will lose everything what you have. Better to shift to a strategy by an approach of do it yourself. Because nowadays what I see in the market, people are very dependent on the technology. They just open a ChatGPT or some AI, put the scenario, they expect a perfect answer when the market will move on. But don't you think if it is that much easy, everyone would be doing the same thing? No, it is not that part. So you need to take some interest, you need to develop the strategy, what you need to buy, what you need to sell. But the main reason is why you need to buy or sell at this particular point. You need to respect the price levels. You cannot enter in between the price levels. That's the main thing. There is market low, market high, or the pivot levels. And in between the prices there, you are simply going in between. That will not resolve the issue. That will create more issues for you because you will be trapped into the web. So the best thing, you need to change your mindset. Money is not that important how much you are investing. But what is important is from that investment, how much volume you are going to trade, how long you can sustain, even if there is $100 volatility in gold. But if your quantity is 0.01, hardly you will be $100 negative. But in the $1,000 account, you are going for, let's say, one standard lot, which is $1 movement for $100, you will be wiped out very soon. So that's how you need to manage the risk, change the outlook from, say, speculation towards the strategy.
Thank you. So that's a dilemma for a lot of, not a dilemma, but that's a trend a lot of retail investors I have seen with them. So now coming back to again Chitana, there are multiple assets now. If you talk about them, you just talk about 2009. In 2009, we could see only stocks, F&O, and probably commodities. That took billions were more popular. Today you have CFDs, you have cryptos, you have commodities and that too energy, food, bullion and everything. For Indian retail investors, what is your experience? Which kind of products are getting good momentum? If we talk about CFDs, cryptos and commodities, specifically three.
Come to a straight answer. I see a trend in people moving towards derivatives, more from the cash and why the derivatives? As I again come back to the risk appetite people have it, and people are looking for liquidity in the market. So they have the risk appetite to take in. So that is where so much space is moving towards the industry is moving towards the derivative markets. Yes, derivatives can be CFDs. Yeah. So what advantage people are getting there is see now we have so much of analysis going around. We see so many fintech influencers coming in ready with multiple assets around the world. regarding the crypto, CFDs, and even like, there is so much of space which need to be explored as well. Like, if you see again next session we have here, we might come up with a new asset class, maybe which is booming around the world. We don't know. Like, so Indians, particularly the mindset is moving towards taking the risk. Because, I see a generational shift here as well. Most of the retail investors who are coming into the markets now are the age between 25 and, less. That was a very welcoming scenario in the market where, people, if they see, before, the average investment age, starts at around 35 and above. But since 2020, as I again come back, once the technological enhancement has happened, there is a huge shift, like, very younger generation. Yeah. In the previous speech, as well, I saw the same point, like, the risk has to be taken at a very earlier age. So, how to take the risk? Like, what are the instruments? So, people start exploring things, like, okay, I invested in crypto today. Like, what will be my next phase where, I can diversify my account. So much of diversification is happening around the world. So, which is leading younger investors to participate, take the risk, understand the markets. Even in the risk, there might be loss, gain. They are continuously evolving day by day, checking what they are doing. And I can say that within next few years, the whole driver's seat of this retail industry will be taken by the normal public. We are losing bigger institutions like who actually used to drive the markets before. The whole retail markets were in the hands of the bigger houses before. But now the whole you are the pilots. People sitting around here and splitting that bigger space into smaller parts and putting it in pockets. You are going to drive the retail markets 100% by 2026 and 2027.
Okay, yeah. So if you can see, 12, 15 years back, SBI is there. If they sell a stock worth 500, 600,000 a day, you will find it becoming 1800 points. Right? Nowadays, if FII starts selling, you have a strong DII who can absorb that stock and keep the market stable. Coming to the same question, Terry, to you, you have been working with lots of traders globally, specifically for three assets: cryptos, CFDs, and commodities, specifically gold and silver. What the trend is saying, which asset class is trending among young traders? Crypto, CFD, or commodities?
Yeah, mainly I would say, Bitcoin is one, and of course gold is always the power player here, isn't it? But I'm seeing, actually latching on to what you said before, the younger investors, as the generations are changing, they're getting into investing much, much early on, and many of them are into digital currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. So these things are being traded more and more. I think with more regulatory framework, then this will go up for sure. In our broker, we are definitely more about the commodities, metals, and then we've just launched soft commodities as well, which is proving very popular. And the CFDs, of course, the US stock markets, the general brands that we use every single day, Tesla and Starbucks, and the general ones. These are the ones that are always the ones that are traded most popular. I would be more inclined to see the younger ones going into Bitcoin, and I think that's going to be more and more traded, and it's more volatility, so they've got more chance of it going up and down, and unfortunately getting wiped out in many situations. Obviously, as you're mentioning, risk appetite. That's one thing I think about. Going back to my last point, education is key, because we have to educate them to make sure that their small investments or large investments stay there, and we can actually help them and guide them.
Yeah. So I think in last two questions I asked you, you focused more on an education side, right? I attended your session on Dubai. It was a very couple of days back.
Yeah.
You for FX events is getting happening in October, and you gave one webinar. There also you were focusing on education more for traders. Any specific activity CMS is doing to educate investors?
Anything CMS is doing?
Any activity, webinars, seminars?
Oh, yes,
any
definitely. Yeah, we do seminars, webinars. We're always holding trading classes. We've got trading courses. These things are, we try to be as active as we possibly can in the market. And, we're visiting different places. We send our, account managers out to meet their IBs, influencers. So yeah, we're always holding these type of things. Not to mention as well, in the hub that I was talking about before, the core, we place everything there, all of our videos, so everyone can always catch up with everything, as I said, under one roof. Yeah.
That's great, that's great. So now coming to again one very trendy question. Every trader has and every trader has that confidence also. It's about intersection of AI, blockchain assets and forex trading. Every new trader always struggles on analyzing forex, analyzing crypto. Where how currency will go up, how crypto will go up, how to analyze, and how they can use AI into analytics. Are there any platforms available to market users, or probably you guys are providing anything?
As a company, CPT Markets, we don't provide any tools or AI technology for the clients, but we solely rely on the more traditional method of analysis. That's why we provide trading central access, a direct plugin into the client account, where they can have the analyst views, they can have the signals generated on the chart itself on different time frames. So this is all controlled by Trading Center, which is a very well-known research firm based in London, and it's quite old one. Apart from that, as a investor, if you would like to analyze something through AI, then your structure should be correct. See, AI works on the same old principle of Microsoft when it was launched way back in the 90s. Garbage in, garbage out. What you feed inside, you will get it outside. So your approach to get the market information should be very crisp, clear. You need to define each and every stance of it. Because say you ask a random question where the market will go or crypto will go, and it will give you a random answer. But if you are an intraday trader, then if you ask specifically on a 5-minute time frame, could you tell me the price of Bitcoin or a asset or a currency, where it will move? What is the stop loss or take profit should I keep? What are the fibers in the day high and low? Many such factors, if you combine and ask a question, relatively you will get a sensible answer. And with that, and combined with your own knowledge of the market analysis, of the news and fundamentals going around, you can take an informed decision now to enter the market and on what side with what risk. This will be very useful.
Yeah, thank you. So, I personally take a lot of interest in cryptos, and since crypto is at a very nascent stage in India, one AI tool which is Perplexity, they have a specific section called finance. That does a lot of analytics about cryptos, and one educational portal blog called FinShots.in. They have also a specific section on analyzing cryptos. It is helping me a lot, and even traders can also use. Coming back to Chitna, balance. So for Indian regulatory environment is very strict. Even for regulated products also, regulator is very vigilant on mapping open interest for FNO assets and all. Looking at Indian markets, balancing growth with the regulatory alignment is really critical, right? You are always looking for a growth in India. What have been your key learnings in scaling FX Pro in India, or any platform for an Asian platform in India? What are your learnings and what we can be doing?
Yeah, this is a billion-dollar question like we used to get from every visitor who visits us. I see the regulatory part in few countries is very tough to go through. But if you come to the regulated part, like I should say that transparency of the institution matters much more than any regulatory. Like institutions like us who are in the industry for 25 years now. Like the evolution of products we made, the transparency we keep outside. Our website itself, if you go to the Forex Pro website, like an FX Pro website, the whole bunch of information you see, like, we are so transparently displaying everything. Yes, we do have regulatory challenges like in India, but the thing is, we are evolving into the space wherever, regulators allow us to actually get regulated wherever it's possible. And we always try to get the top tier regulators. See, that there are n number of countries who actually regulate us. But we will not go into every space. So, to keep it transparent, whichever regulator actually monitors us, audits us, and who actually gives the value for you as an investor, checking the regulator. We actually work with such companies. Yes, we do have challenges in India, but we come across that, and we actually take up those things, showing that transparency in the front. Like that is how actually we already have good customer base to build.
Yeah, that's great. Now coming to Terry, one more question. I was just discussing with you during morning. You have a great insight on crypto, blockchain, tokenized assets also. So looking ahead, how significant a role will tokenized assets and blockchain-based securities play on a retail portfolio side? What has been your experience?
Well, it's a very big topic. I mean, coming from Dubai, obviously Dubai is the crypto hub. We're at the Crypto Expo quite a lot. They're building huge amount of infrastructure in the UAE to facilitate blockchain technology. I'm bullish on crypto, but I'm more bullish on blockchain technology for sure. And the one thing they are really trying to push, and it's a very 50-50 discussion between investors alike, is the use of RWAs, real world assets, tokenization of real estate, potentially art, things like this. Many discussions come up, and it's an interesting one because, as you said before, we don't know what's coming up in the future. There could be a brand new asset class that is not here, and we don't know. And for me, that's super exciting, being in the world of finance. Bitcoin obviously completely changed, digital gold basically. And I love the idea that we can flip something on its head and change it. So who knows where the future is going with that. Certainly blockchain technology, I think we're going to look back in 10 years and be like, wow, we didn't even think this was entirely possible. I like the idea personally of maybe some investors that maybe they cannot get on the property ladder, but they can buy into real estate with a fractionalized token of that real estate, and they can be on the ladder but in fragments. And because we're all of a generation now where it's very hard to get on the property ladder. Yeah. So maybe blockchain is the answer to people from our generation and not our parents, for example. So I will be keeping a very keen eye on what future things will be coming into the market, and to have an open mind. Crypto still is kind of in the shadows. It's definitely better than sort of 6-7 years ago. When you used to tell people before you trade crypto, they look at you like you're, bananas. So they think it's, it used to be called a scam and everything, and now it's proven the test of time. And I think we will layer on top of that and on top of that, and people will start to see the power of blockchain. And that really is, anyone that goes to Dubai, you'll see the police are using it to catch cyber criminals. We've got XRP blockchain being used, the Ripple blockchain being used for the Sharjah police. And so it really is going through the threads of a country right now. And I obviously, when something works well, it will be replicated in other regions and other countries. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Finance is a very big, vast landscape right now. And really zooming out, I'm very, very excited about the future and all of us to be in this space.
Perfect. Yeah, I think as far as I understand blockchain technology, if blockchain is successfully implemented, It's a solution to every problem in a financial services organization, be it managing regulation, managing risk management for clients, managing analytics also, or even trading platforms also. Yes, that's good for your, thank you for good insights on blockchain. Now I would like to play a small rapid fire round with this two gentlemen. And of course three of them. One question I want to answer one word from all of you three. If you had $10,000 in hand today, would you put it in CFD, gold, or crypto? Your answer?
Yeah.
CFD. What would be you? Crypto. Okay. Terry?
Crypto, definitely.
Very good. Biggest risk for any retail investor as of today? It's volatility, geopolitical risk, regulations, or technology.
Regulation.
Regulations.
It's volatility.
Volatility. You?
Technology.
Technology. Okay. India, US, or Middle East? Which market excites you the most for next years?
US.
US.
Who's India?
Of course, India.
US for me.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. One habit every retail trader must adopt in 2025. One habit.
Do it yourself, of course.
Okay. DIY. Then one habit every retail trader should adopt in 2025.
Risk. Take risk.
Take the risk. Take this. Okay. You?
Yeah, mine's similar to yours. If anyone's thinking about getting into trading, just start with even a tiny amount and do it consistently.
Oh, wonderful. So with that, I'm going to conclude this session. We had a wonderful session on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful session on how retail traders should focus, where they should focus, and we should. I will always get these insights and implement in my trading strategies. You guys should do also. Thank you so much. Signing off.
Thank you so much.
So soon, sir, we take one question. We have time for one question. Is there?
Question.
Yes. Just one.
Hi, so thank you all for the insight. I am currently working on creating a platform for retail investment into real estate. Basically, what you mentioned, fractionalized investment into real estate using blockchain. I have struggled with understanding the trends and analyzing the retail market right now because there's too much data. All of it is saying different things, and I don't know what to rely on. So, any insights on how to figure out what information is reliable and what information sources are good to use when it comes to understanding trends in retail investment?
I think now you will be able to answer.
Yeah. See, the thing is, unless I believe in something, unless you test the waters, you really don't know how deep it is. Like whether it's something. Yeah. So the thing is, it's all about the risk management. Suppose you learn something, test it with a bit of what exactly you can risk it for. Like think, yes, I'm able to lose this. Okay, fine, you test it. So until you test, that's what I'm saying. There is like so much of space which is evolving day by day. Until as an enthusiast, unless you test something with the minimum possible, I can't trace out what exactly is happening. But while taking the risk, there is so much of support which comes for you as well. One is the AI. You can ask questions with ChatGPT or there's so many tools around, and there is so much of expertise who are on YouTube anywhere. So, you just do your due diligence part, and you study the reviews. Might be there might be one person before you who would have already tried them, right? So they might be giving you. But before actually jumping into it, just try everything around you, and if you feel yes, it's comfortable to take risks, and you will have that appetite and the pocket size to actually go into it. Yes, you always have to test the waters before.
Thank you so much.
Before analyzing the data, doing an on-ground research is also very important. So if you are developing something on a real estate site, going to meeting at least 100 real estate investors or potential investors is very important. They can give you a more valuable insight.